back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy KG. I am back with another one. Listen, people, do you know what I need you to do? You already know because it is road to 100k. I need you to hit like and subscribe. If you have not liked and subscribed just yet, what the hell are you playing now? I'm not going to get there without your support. So listen, let's go. Road to professionality, road to being on point. Anyway, listen, people, can't waste time. This is the preview, man. Man United versus Bournemouth. Big game, huge game. It gets no bigger than this as it stands because guess what? We have haters. But listening to Ten Hag is in a nice place, man. I watched the presser and you can tell Ten Hag is very relaxed with things. Very relaxed. Obviously, he's going to talk about the players that are available. We don't waste time talking about players that are not going to be there. And we know the names of the players that are not going to be there. Obviously, Rasmus is not back yet, but that's the kind of, well, we saw what happened with him in pre-season. But the long-term absences, Malacia, not back. Shaw, not back. It's typical, really. But even in spite of that, you know, Sancho, who had a, you know, they said he had a, like a ear infection or something. Sancho's back, but will he do enough? And that was what I found really interesting. While Ten Hag talks and says, be patient and be relaxed about signings, this, that, and the other. You know, he loves to talk about the players that he's got, but he says, look, for players like Sancho, there's so much they have to do to get into the first team. And I totally understand where he's coming from. You know, he's got this situation at the moment with how the team's playing without a striker. No recognized striker. And at the moment, it feels like Ten Hag is keen on this. Ten Hag is liking this. This type of game, yeah. Two things really happen in this one. You win this game. This is how we used to be reactive before, though. Win this game, and you probably wouldn't go into the market. The old Man United under the Glazer regime. You lose a game. Win this game. We're not getting to the market. Man United comfortable with where things are. You lose this game, the old Man United. We'd be getting in the market, getting to find a Casemiro, going to find something that's just going to kind of block the problem. Man United have been proactive and they've been ahead of things, and we're going to this game even knowing no matter what happens, we're still going to go and find that piece in the middle, something that supports Ugarte. But I just want to move into the next piece of where we're going with this, and I have to talk about this, and I have to talk about the away record. Yeah, man's got my notes here just in case. Listen, 17 games away from home, we only won 7 of those games. Yeah, we only won 7 of those games. To draws and losses. I didn't even count out the draws and losses, but that's not good enough. Man United's most comprehensive win away from home was against Everton. Yes, we did play this team, and we won 2-0. I think Rasmus got on the score sheet as well. But then it's just not, it hasn't been good enough. It hasn't been good enough away from home. And this is a game like, you know, when you talk about Man United's wins against the top 6 sides, well, it was horrible. At the moment, just because of how the league has started, Brighton are first. So you got a chance to do something. As shameless as that sentence is, but, you know, Brighton got the best victory in the start of the season with 3-0 win. Solid, comprehensive. Yes, there was a player that was sent off, and they want to do something. They absolutely want to step up and do something, but we have to be ready. Our home record has to look completely different to what was getting. We was getting rubbish, nonsense. It was trash. It was trash. And that's not even toxic, me saying that. That's just total honesty. Away from home last season, we sucked. You know, even the home record wasn't anything to write home about. But then I know there's bare draws. I know there's so many draws. Man United, we need to start collecting 3 points away from home. I don't want to be drawing as much as we drew last season, especially if you're doing that. If you're trying to get ridiculous and be like, it's title charge. We got to be on point. So anyway, man, let's not waste time. I'm going to show you something. There's 2 teams. There's a team I would like to play. Let's get into the team I'd like to play. Let's go. Okay.
The team I'd like to play right in front of you. It's very similar. The only difference I've made is I'll go for the team all together anyway. I got Onana, I got Delo, left-hand side still. I got Martinez, and I got Delit. I've got Mazraoui. I've got Kobe, Casemiro, Mason Mount. I'm staying with Rashi. Some people say this is controversial. I'm staying with Rashi. I just don't believe he's the type of player you want to bring off the bench. I'm not feeling Rashi off the bench yet. He's a big important player to the team. Yes, he hasn't lit up the place, but I don't think he's been bad at the same time. I don't think it's anywhere close to saying it's time to drop Rashi at all. Now the Garnacho one, like I really wanted to play Garnacho because he's had important moments in the season opener, you know, the Charity Shield game. Then the last game, he was involved. Yes, he missed an important sitter, but still, I'm going to stick with Ahmad. We used him most of pre-season. It'll be kind of unfair to drop him now. Ahmad was good in the last game, but he kind of just, I won't say lost his way, but then just, it wasn't his best game. And we've just been blessed with, every time he's been on the ball, Ahmad does something, he's going to score. But I still think he deserves his chance. Saying raw, we played one game, we gave him more chance to Anthony, so it would be unfair to drop Ahmad, even though Garnacho is knocking on the door. Bruno Fernandes has to stay in that false nine position. I know some people say, KG, like, why? What? You're not going with Xerxes? Not yet. I'm not going with Xerxes yet. Yes, he's had some time to train. He could be ready. Because I know what we're going to do, and this is kind of, I know in the Liverpool game, we're going to need numbers. We're going to need bodies. Maybe if Agate comes in, it could be different, but he hasn't, how much football has he had? To tell him to come in and play in that massive game, I don't know. Mason Mount, we almost been preparing Mason Mount for that big game against Liverpool before international break. So I'm going to keep things the same and give Mason Mount a chance to shine. Listen, he's wearing the number 7 shirt. This is what I'd honestly do. But then it's not about what I'd honestly do. It's about what Ten Hag's going to do. And I see Ten Hag doing this. As you saw, just one change happened there. Probably you should be able to find it. I'll give it away. It's Maguire. You know, Maguire will probably start for Ten Hag. Ten Hag doesn't like to change a winning formula. It worked in his last game. I think he's in love with the, I know some people would really put in a true number 9 right now and not like cancel the Mason Mount project. I don't know, it's kind of making people feel, it's mixed reviews when it comes to Mason Mount. Some people are like, listen, I don't care what he does off the ball. I don't give a crap, but pressing and making sure, you know, stopping the other team from playing. That's what we've been able to do with Mason Mount in the side. The press is early, we're playing high up the pitch, and he's initiating some of the press as well. So again, him next to Bruno is protecting Casemiro. At some point, we're gonna have to take the trainer wheels off and see what Casemiro looks like on his own. Yes, players like who would help him out? When Delit's in the team who play high at the pitch, it should be okay. One thing we can say is Maguire did play high at the pitch, and some people had him as their man of the match. I'm dropping Maguire just because I don't want him to play in that Liverpool one. I want to go into that Liverpool one with our best back four. Our best back four, in my head, doesn't have Maguire in it. It doesn't. I know it's supposed to be based on meritocracy, but in life, some things are just not fair. And I think just do it. Roll the dice now, get him ready. But listen, we have to trust and back the manager. If he says it's Maguire and he believes in Maguire until Maguire makes a mistake, well, that's how he's running it this season. I personally wouldn't, but not my team, innit? I just support it. I want to know what you lot think about that as well. I want to know if you lot think, KG, stop this nonsense. Get that number 9 in there immediately. Get him in there immediately. Yeah, I want to definitely hear what you lot think. But yeah, those are the changes I'm making. But just moving on, one second. Just moving on to the opposition. Listen, first game at home for Brighton. Fabian Huzela, yeah? He has something to prove, yeah? It's the first game against, first game in front of his home fans. This is the game where you told the Brighton fans, yo, this is what we do. And what's scary about this situation is Man United's win percentage, yeah, in the last, 14 games, Man United have lost weight. Man United have lost 43% of their games against Brighton. This is our bogey team. This is the team in the last 14 games, yeah, against Brighton, what's going on? I think it's never been it hasn't been a draw, with the Seagulls winning 6, Man United winning 8. This is crazy. This is mad. Like, we don't fare too well versus this team. You know, when the danger players, Matoma, danger player, Welbeck's also got 4 goals against Man United. That's probably out of the people in this tournament or ex-players, this guy scored a lot of goals against us. Probably one of the best records. We have to be careful. We can't go into this game thinking it's going to be easy. It's the 12:30 kickoff. The world is kind of watching. Yeah, Man United, to mess up on this fixture, only it hurts us. It'll hurt the fans more than anything. They've been looking for a reason to be down on how we've been, or, you know, they've been looking for something to criticize the team, criticize the progress, criticize how we're moving as a club. A game like this, where it's like, well, new manager, how can you allow them to do this to you? How could you allow Brighton? Nothing's changed. This quickly goes into the bracket of nothing's changed. Man United can't allow these lot to play their football. I watched I watched his presser just to get a vibe of him and what he's on, and he said, look, I gave the players 2 days off after that win, but we have to be ready. There's going to be times when Man United have players to hurt us. We know they play with a false 9. I'm actually breaking down. I'm looking at what he's saying just to get a vibe of how he's looking at us. And he can see we're dangerous, but he says, listen, we still should play our football. This manager wants to be proactive. This manager is saying we need to watch ourselves in transition. That's where Man United can be good. If we go to sleep at any moments, we can get in trouble. That sounds like a manager that kind of, I don't think he's coming to, well, he's not going to lie down at home. The brand of Brighton football has been brilliant. Manager after manager. We've seen what they've been able to do, from Potter ball to De Zerbi ball. Like, it's always been good. So now, are you going to be the one to come in and like be the poo in the pool? Absolutely not. So they're going to bring it to us. We have to be ready. I know Milner's got some crazy appearances against Man United, something like that guy's just a fossil now, you know, but then there's so many players that we have to watch out for. But just to move on, man, to get into the score prediction, how I think this game's going to end, I'm going with, if I said my fantasy league prediction, I would need a 3-0. I need a 3-0 to send a message. But it just feels like Man United have the likeliness to concede. We have the likeliness to concede in this game. I really do not want us to. I'm going to go, my prediction is 3-1. I think Man United win this game 3-1. And we get some real people on the score sheet. Bruno is going to step up. Mason Mount, I expect him to be involved, goal or assist. And I think it's all about the subs bench again. Subs come in and do what they need to do. I love Ahmad to be involved in something. I'd love it. But we'll see. You know, players saying it's must win, it's kind of must win, you know. Must win game. Anyway, let me know what you lot think, people. Let me know if you enjoyed the preview. Stay blessed, look after yourself. Till next time I'm out, please do not forget to like, subscribe. Let me know if I'm chatting rubbish in the comment section. I'm out. Peace.
Drop a bomb.
Back with a vengeance. KG's back with an entrance. Big up to those in attendance.
Look at this.
Reds come together like Tetris. No rules, this one's reckless. KG, this one's crazy.
You're too lucky this.
None can compare with the KG done. Better take cover when he drops that.
Bomb.
Going on reckless, trust it's on. It's that time when he drops that.
Bomb. I said drop a bomb, Dad.